Everyone, good morning and welcome to Morning Verses with Mike. It's Friday and I'm excited. It's going to be a great day, a great weekend. I appreciate everybody that is getting up early and joining me. And today we're going to be sharing and talking about Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. And a couple quick things. If you would do me a favor, if you are watching this, whether you're watching it right now live, or if you're watching it later, share a verse in the sidebar that is impacting you. And I would love to have a conversation with you about it. And I think that there are verses that impact us and impact our lives differently at different times. You know, I've read the Bible many times, and I've read many versions. We're reading from the New Living Translation version of Every Man's Bible. And so I think sometimes it just speaks to you differently depending on where you are in your life at the moment, because you know there's so many good messages, and I just think it speaks to you differently at different times. So Hebrews 13:16 says, "And don't forget to do good and to share with those in need. These are the sacrifices that please God." Now, see, as Christians, we are reminded to do good and invest in others and be kind, do good work. And in this verse, we're also reminded to grow fellowship. Fellowship with another person, though, it doesn't just happen. Fellowship takes work, right? It takes commitment from, in most cases, both people that you're establishing that fellowship with, or multiple people as you're establishing that fellowship. It takes work, it takes commitment, it takes consistency. And the one of the keys is once you feel like you've got it, you've established that deep friendship and that fellowship, you don't want to neglect the relationship. You say, well, hey, I've got it, so I'll move on. You really have to continue to be good and be kind and do good and work at the relationship that you've spent so much time and invested so much time in growing. See, so that's the first part. And don't forget to do good and to share with those in need. Sometimes it's talking about more than, monetary need. We'll often, when we hear about somebody being in need, and I've said this multiple times before, we assume it means monetary need. And it's oftentimes it's the need for that time and that friendship and that fellowship and that goodness in people's lives. Now, understand the tail end of these sacrifices that please God. The goodness and fellowship are not enough. It's made clear throughout the Bible that those things, and just being good and doing good, or assuming that the Bible is all good, those things, the messages are all good, but to assume that it's just goodness that will come from it is not enough to rescue us from our sin. Sin is, throughout the Bible talks about healing that and overcoming that, but those are not enough. And the only thing that justifies us before God is the sacrifice of Jesus. And when we accept that through our faith, by our faith, then we can be reconciled with God. So I would encourage you today, still continue, do good, establish fellowship, spread joy. Just spread joy. That's the whole message for today. So thank you for taking the time to get up and join me. I'm doing this 6:15 a.m. every morning, Mountain Time. If you're gaining something out of this message, give it a thumbs up, share the video on your social media, share it with friends, and share it with somebody maybe that needs to hear it. Or, as I've said multiple times, share share a verse that's impacting you in the sidebar. Share a verse on your page and tag me or tag them. Tag somebody that you think needs to hear it today. Do good. So Ryan, thanks for hopping in here and joining me this morning. I haven't seen you in a live in a little bit, so thank you for that, and thank you for the compliment. So hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I hope you have or a great start to it anyway. Have an amazing Friday. Have a great weekend. And until I see you, I'll see you Monday. So hope you have an amazing weekend. Until then, hope you have a fantastic day. I got to take it out that way. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.